Hi there and welcome to this week's edition of Top End Track Talk. I'm Andrew O'Toole and today we'll be previewing this coming Saturday's meeting here from Fanny Bay, which will be Saturday the 12th of November. An interesting 5-race card awaits us with a couple of smaller fields to start the day before 3 each-way betting affairs complete what should be a pretty competitive day of racing. The first race gets underway at the mid-afternoon time of 2:44 p.m, while the last of the 5 is scheduled to jump at 5:24 p.m. Some 40 acceptors have been received for the meeting and we have 9 riders in attendance on the day, including 4 from the Red Centre. In the first, the Ladbroke Handicap, it's a 58 event over 1,000 metres. My numbers here are 5, 1 and 2. Going here with number 5, Dream Chance. I'm actually tipping Chris Pollard to have a pretty fair day, and Chris trains this one, and Casey Hunter takes them out on Saturday. Really good run last time out when third behind Batpad. Batpad's arguably is in form as any horse in the top end at the present time. It's won again since, and I just thought Dream Chance in that Class 2 event last time, this is 0 to 58, it's a very similar grade, but only has to reproduce that performance and will be right in this and very hard to beat. Number 5 on top for me. Ahead of 1, Expect a Hero from the Gary Clark stable. Jared Todd takes the mount here. Just had the one start in Darwin, finished 6th behind To The Point on that occasion. To The Point's racing really well at present, and I just think Expect a Hero can improve off that first up run in the territory. And in for third, number 2, Hatton Man. Tayan Halter trained, Stan Sakos in the saddle. 6 weeks between runs when it ran last time, and that was here on the 15th of October. Finished 7th of 8 behind To The Point, beaten just under 7 lengths, but as I mentioned, there was a bit of a gap between runs and should be an improver, Hatton Man. Numbers in the first, 5, 1 and 2. The second's the Tab Handicap, also over 1,000 metres, our smallest field of the day and our highest grade race of the day, incidentally, the 0 to 76, and only the 5 to go around as we mentioned. Numbers here, 1, 2 and 5. He's really come through the ranks in good style as number 1, Expert Witness, trained by Tayan Halter, Casey Hunter in the saddle. Was a good winner here on the 22nd of October over this trip in benchmark 76 grade, so very, very similar grade. He beat Cielo Doro on that occasion. I thought it was a really tough effort from this 4-year-old. He looks to have really come of age. He's won 3 of his last 4, and from a lovely barrier of 2, he should be on the pace from the outset, or at least sharing it, and be very hard to beat again. Number 1, to beat the obvious danger, number 2, Papalette from the stable of Gary Clark, Jay Todd in the saddle. And is a last start winner. He dropped way back to 0 to 64 grade and got the chocolates last time out for the team. Adam Nichols rode on that occasion. He's back up in grade this time. 57 kilos he carries, so he's down in weight, 3.5 kilos down in weight, but back up in grade. But should race well again for sure. And in for third, number 5, Wild Rover. Tayan Halter trains, Stan Sakos aboard. He's up in grade, but in this small field he could certainly run into a place. Numbers in the second, 1, 2 and 5. The third's the off-the-track handicap. We move out to the 1,300 metre barrier now, and this for the 0 to 64 gallopers, and a pretty good lineup here. My numbers 3, 4 and 7. I like Senor Fangio here for Dick Leach. Philip Crouch visiting from Alice Springs takes the mount. Critchy had a great day in Alice last week, only had the 2 mounts and they both won, so he's in red-hot form. And he takes the mount aboard Senor Fangio. I thought his run the other day behind Batpad was really good. Finished 3rd, and Batpad, as we know, is racing really, really well. That was the horse's first run since the 3rd of September, so should be improved. A 2-week break after Kununurra for Senor Fangio. So I just think with natural improvement, he'll be hard to beat here. Ahead of number 4, Freddie the Eagle. He's done nothing wrong recently. He's won his last 2 for Tommy Logan, whose team's in great form, and Sonia Wiseman the same. She's actually gone to the top in the premiership here in the top end above Jared Todd. Now, we don't see that very often. She's ridden 13 winners and Toddy 12, but you can rest assured that he won't be resting on his laurels and he'll be out to reverse that trend. Freddie the Eagle, same grade and same trip as he won at last time, so he's sure to race well again. And in for third, number 7, Pointo's Pick from the Halter stable, Stan Sakos aboard. I thought his run the other day was good behind Early Crow, finished 3rd on that occasion, and is another that should be improved by that run. So my numbers in the third, 3, 4 and 7. We move to the 4th, the Darwin Racing Handicap at the 1,200 metre barrier now for the benchmark 54 gallopers, and another good field here, 10 horses accepted, but with only the 9 riders, probably one will have to scratch. My numbers here, 6, 1 and 5. Lucky Dog from the stable of Chris Pollard, I thought was good here when second last time out. That was Melbourne Cup Day behind Malibu Edition. Led, was taken on the whole way, fought on really solidly. Stan Sakos rode. Drew 10 last time, goes from barrier 5 this time. I think they could make a positive difference to number 6, Lucky Dog. I have him on top. To beat the last start winner, Blue Ant, Tom Logan's Sonia Wiseman combination going really, really well. Was a last start winner, as we mentioned, beating Kirakat on that occasion. Kirakat arguably should have won, was off the track for most of the race and only went down by the narrowest of margins. So Blue Ant should race well again. And in for third, a newcomer to Darwin, number 5, Zariski, trained by Gary Clark, Jared Todd aboard. Recent racing in Victoria. It's raced in a couple of stakes races in Adelaide and Victoria. And first up, hasn't had a run in the top end and hasn't raced actually since the 2nd of July. Hasn't had a trial, but you can bet that Clarkey will have this horse ready to go, number 5, Zariski. Numbers in the 4th, 6, 1 and 5. And in the last, the Silks Darwin Trobus Plate. This the hybrid race. This is a 3-year-old up to Class 2 and maiden race. There's actually only one horse in it that's won a race, one 3-year-old that's won, and that of course is Truly Brazen, but all the rest are maidens. And my numbers here are 1, 7 and 2. Flying Deputy for me, number 1, trained by Dick Leach, Phil Crouch in the saddle. Good second here on Melbourne Cup Day behind Archie James. Got held up halfway down the straight and might not have won, but would have got a damn side closer to Archie James with a clear passage. And from that inside gate again, as long as Critchie can secure the right run, will be very hard to beat number 1, Flying Deputy. Ahead of number 7, Brave Fling, Clark and Todd, the combo there. Only one start in Darwin, a good second behind To The Point, who's won again since and then finished second here on Melbourne Cup Day, racing well. I thought Brave Fling was right in this up to its ears. And then for third, number 2, Hinestrosa, the stablemate of Brave Fling. Paul Denton aboard for Gary Clark. He's been a disappointment, this horse. He's had a few issues, but his last start, third behind Archie James, was good. It was a better run, and if he goes on with that, he's certainly some chance in the last. Numbers in the last, 1, 7 and 2. I've gone with 2 best bets on the day. I couldn't find a roughie, would you believe? I'm sure there is one there, but I couldn't find it. So the 2 best bets of the day, race 1, number 5, Dream Chance. Race 1, number 5, Dream Chance. And reverse it. Race 5, number 1, Flying Deputy. Race 5, number 1, Flying Deputy. Well, that wraps up this edition of Top End Track Talk, but we'll be back in 1 week's time for the next meeting here in the Top End. It's the 19th of November, the last of our 3 meetings in Darwin before we embark on the run into Christmas. We have 3 meetings in the lead up to the 25th of December and then 1 on New Year's Eve. So 4 meetings to look forward to in December. So until next week, good luck and good punting.